Marina was a mermaid. She had a sparkly tail. It shimmered in the sunlight. Marina loved to explore. She lived in a coral reef. It was full of colorful fish. They were her friends. Marina was always curious. One day she saw something shiny. It was far away. Marina wanted to know what it was. She decided to go find it. Marina went to see her grandpa. He was very old and wise. He knew many stories. Marina asked him about the shiny thing. Grandpa told her about the Pearl of Harmony. It was a magical pearl. It could make the ocean happy, but it was lost. The Pearl of Harmony, Grandpa said, is said to be hidden in the deepest part of the ocean. Marina's eyes widened. She wanted to find it. Marina was determined. She gathered her courage. She said goodbye to her friends. She promised to return with the pearl. She swam and swam. The ocean floor got deeper. The water got darker. But Marina was not scared. She had a goal. She saw strange and wonderful creatures. Glowing jellyfish floated by. A giant sea turtle swam alongside her. Marina was amazed. Marina met a giant octopus. He had 8 long arms. He looked grumpy, but he was really very kind. Marina asked for his help. "I'm looking for the Pearl of Harmony," she said. The octopus knew where it was, but the journey was dangerous. "To find the pearl," the octopus said, "you must first pass through the coral maze." He pointed a long arm towards a series of tunnels. Marina was grateful. Section 5. Through the Coral Maze. This section of the underwater world is known for its intricate and mesmerizing coral formations. The entrance itself is a sight to behold, with vibrant corals of every color imaginable, creating a natural archway that beckons explorers to venture inside. As Marina approached the entrance, she couldn't help but feel a mix of excitement and apprehension. She had heard stories about the coral maze, tales of its beauty and its bewildering complexity. The coral maze was confusing. The paths twisted and turned in every direction, making it easy to lose one's sense of direction. The corals themselves were like living sculptures, each one unique and intricate, adding to the maze's complexity. Marina swam cautiously, her eyes darting from one coral formation to another, trying to remember her way. The water was clear, but the density of the corals made it difficult to see very far ahead. There were so many twists and turns. Every corner she turned seemed to lead to another identical-looking pathway. The maze was a labyrinth of coral walls, some towering high above her, others forming narrow passages that she had to squeeze through. The further she went, the more disoriented she became. She tried to leave markers, small shells or pebbles, but the currents often swept them away, adding to her frustration. Marina couldn't see very well, and she was starting to feel a bit afraid she was lost. The light filtering through the water was dim, casting eerie shadows on the coral walls. Her heart raced as she realized how deep she had ventured into the maze. The once beautiful and enchanting corals now seemed like looming obstacles, and the silence of the underwater world only amplified her growing fear. Suddenly, she bumped into something. Startled, she quickly backed away, her eyes widening in surprise. She had been so focused on finding her way that she hadn't noticed the object in front of her. It was a large, ancient-looking piece of coral covered in tiny sea creatures. She took a moment to catch her breath, her mind racing with thoughts of how to find her way out. It was a group of seahorses. They were small and delicate, their bodies swaying gently with the currents. Marina watched in awe as they moved gracefully through the water, their tiny fins fluttering like wings. She had always admired seahorses for their beauty and grace, and seeing them up close was a welcome distraction from her predicament. They were playing hide-and-seek. The seahorses darted in and out of the coral formations, their playful movements bringing a smile to Marina's face. For a moment, she forgot about her fear and watched them with childlike wonder. Their games seemed to follow an intricate pattern, weaving through the maze with ease. It was as if they knew every nook and cranny of the coral maze. Marina asked them for help. She approached the seahorses cautiously, not wanting to startle them. "Excuse me," she said softly. "I'm lost. Can you help me find my way out of the maze? The seahorses paused their game and looked at her with curiosity. After a moment, one of them nodded and swam closer as if to say, "Follow us." Luckily, the seahorses knew the way. They began to lead Marina through the maze, their movements confident and sure. She followed closely, grateful for their guidance. The seahorses seemed to know every twist and turn, and Marina felt a sense of relief wash over her. She marveled at how effortlessly they navigated the maze, their familiarity with the coral formations evident in their graceful movements. They kindly led Marina through the maze. As they swam, Marina couldn't help but feel a sense of camaraderie with her new friends. The seahorses' playful nature and willingness to help had lifted her spirits. She followed them through narrow passages and around towering coral walls, trusting their instincts completely. The maze that had once seemed so daunting now felt like a guided tour, thanks to the seahorses. Soon they came to a clearing. Marina thanked the seahorses. The open space was a welcome sight, and she felt a wave of relief wash over her. "Thank you so much," she said, her voice filled with gratitude. The seahorses nodded and swam away, returning to their game of hide-and-seek. Marina watched them go, feeling a deep sense of appreciation for their help. She took a moment to gather herself before continuing on her journey, her heart lighter and her spirit renewed. Section 6. The Singing Seahorses. The clearing was beautiful. It was filled with colorful coral, and there were seahorses everywhere. They were singing a beautiful song. Marina had never heard anything like it. The song was magical. It made her feel happy and brave. She wanted to keep going. She asked the seahorses about the Pearl of Harmony. They told her it was close, but she had to be careful. There was one more challenge. Section 7. The Cave of Wonders. The seahorses pointed to a dark cave. "The Pearl of Harmony," one whispered, "lies within the Cave of Wonders." Marina was nervous. She took a deep breath and swam inside. The cave was dark and scary. She could hear strange noises. But Marina didn't give up. She swam deeper into the cave. The noises got louder. Suddenly, she saw something glowing. It was the Pearl of Harmony. Section 8. The Pearl of Harmony. Deep beneath the ocean's surface, in a hidden underwater cave, lay a treasure that many had sought but few had ever found. This was the legendary Pearl of Harmony, a gem said to possess the power to bring peace and balance to the world. The pearl was even more beautiful than Marina imagined. It shimmered and sparkled with an ethereal light, casting a magical glow that illuminated the entire cave. The legends had not done it justice. It was a sight to behold, a true marvel of nature. It seemed to be calling her name. Marina swam towards it, her heart pounding with excitement and anticipation. She had heard stories of the pearl's beauty and its mystical powers, but seeing it in person was an entirely different experience. The closer she got, the more she felt a strange connection to it, as if it were meant for her. As she got closer, she realized the noises were coming from the pearl itself. It was emitting a soft, melodious sound that resonated through the water, creating a symphony that was both enchanting and soothing. The sound seemed to wrap around her, pulling her in, making her feel as if she were part of something much larger than herself. It was singing the same song as the seahorses. Marina was mesmerized. The melody was familiar, a tune she had heard in her dreams many times before. It was as if the pearl had been calling out to her all along, guiding her to this very moment. The seahorses danced around the pearl, their movements synchronized with the music, adding to the magical atmosphere. She reached out and touched the pearl. The moment her fingers made contact, a surge of energy coursed through her body. It was a warm, comforting sensation, like a gentle embrace from a loved one. The pearl's light grew brighter, enveloping her in its glow, making her feel safe and protected. A warm feeling spread through her. It was as if the pearl was sharing its essence with her, filling her with its power and wisdom. She felt a deep sense of peace and harmony, a connection to the world around her that she had never experienced before. It was a moment of pure bliss, a feeling that she wished could last forever. She knew she had found something special, The Pearl of Harmony was not just a beautiful gem. It was a source of immense power and knowledge. Holding it in her hands, she felt a sense of responsibility, a duty to protect and cherish this incredible treasure. She realized that the pearl had chosen her, and it was now her mission to ensure that its power was used for the greater good. The Pearl of Harmony was hers. Marina held it triumphantly, knowing that her life would never be the same again. She had embarked on this journey in search of adventure, but she had found so much more. The pearl had given her a purpose, a new sense of direction. As she swam back towards the surface, she felt a renewed sense of hope and determination. The Pearl of Harmony was not just a treasure, it was a beacon of light, a symbol of the endless possibilities that lay ahead. Section 9. A Happier Ocean. In the vast blue expanse of the ocean, where the sunlight danced on the waves and the marine life thrived in harmony, there lived a mermaid named Marina. She was known far and wide for her kindness and bravery. Her home was a vibrant coral reef, teeming with colorful fish and other sea creatures. But the ocean had not always been this happy. Marina returned to her reef, her heart filled with hope and determination. She had been on a long journey, seeking a way to bring peace and happiness back to her beloved ocean. The once thriving reef had faced many challenges, from pollution to overfishing, and the marine life had suffered. But Marina was not one to give up easily. She showed everyone the Pearl of Harmony. The pearl glowed brightly, casting a warm, magical light that seemed to touch every corner of the ocean. This was no ordinary pearl. It was a symbol of hope and renewal. Marina had found it in the deepest, darkest part of the ocean, guarded by ancient sea creatures who recognized her pure heart and noble intentions. It filled the ocean with its magic, spreading waves of light and energy that revitalized the water and the creatures living in it. The once dull and lifeless coral began to regain its vibrant colors, and the fish swam with renewed vigor. The magic of the Pearl of Harmony was working, and the ocean was beginning to heal. The coral reef was more beautiful than ever. The fish were happier, darting in and out of the coral with joy and playfulness. Schools of fish that had disappeared began to return, and new species were discovered, adding to the diversity and beauty of the reef. The ocean was alive with color and movement, a testament to the power of hope and perseverance. Even the grumpy octopus, who had always been a bit of a loner, smiled. Marina was a hero in the eyes of all the sea creatures. She had shown them that with courage and determination, anything was possible. The once skeptical octopus now joined in the celebrations, his tentacles waving in delight. She had been brave and curious, venturing into unknown waters and facing dangers that would have scared away even the bravest of souls. Her journey had been long and arduous, but she had never lost sight of her goal. Marina's bravery was an inspiration to all, showing that true strength comes from within. And she had found the Pearl of Harmony, a treasure that held the power to transform the ocean. It was a reminder that even in the darkest times, there is always a glimmer of hope. Marina's discovery was a turning point, a moment that would be remembered for generations to come. Marina knew that the ocean would be a happy place for a long, long time. The magic of the Pearl of Harmony had brought about a new era of peace and prosperity. The sea creatures rejoiced and the ocean sang with the sounds of life and happiness. Marina's heart swelled with pride and joy, knowing that she had made a difference. The ocean was her home, and she had ensured its happiness for generations to come.